I decided to start up this live stream of just telling rather dumb, sad, or just straight up fucking comedic stories. So, let's go ahead and start. Caitlin, tell
Okay.
me a story.
Okay. Screw Caitlin. I got first story.
Alright.
Alright, so there was this. Alright, so there were three guys, right? And they're in an airplane. And, you know, they're on like a business trip. Okay. First guy, he's like a rich guy. The second guy, he's like a bodybuilder. And then the third guy, he's like an old military, like, war vet, right? So they're in this plane, and like there's a malfunction plane. I can't tell what it is. The sensors are all weird, so they're like, you know, maybe it's a weight thing. So everybody throw out one thing that like represents you, and we'll see if that can like distribute the weight better, and we can, you know, get the plane back. You know, on
Did
target.
you really
So
just come on my fucking YouTube channel
hey,
and
hold
make
up,
a
hold up.
fucking Alamo joke?
No, so this is my story. I'm not telling jokes. These are real stories. So anyway, the rich guy, he's like, whatever, I'll go first. So he goes over and he gets like a 70-inch like 4K TV, right? And he pushes it out of the plane. He says, "This is to resemble my wealth," right? You know, nothing big, just small gesture for such a rich guy. And then the bodybuilder goes over and he pushes out like a bench, like, you know, to work out on. He pushes that outside the plane. He says, "This is to resemble my strength." So, you know, everybody's like looking in approval, nodding. So the military war vet, he's like,
Did he say anything after
you
military
know,
war
calm
bit?
it out the plane, and he goes, "This is to remember the ones who have fallen before me."
Sorry, your entire joke just got cut out. I heard. God damn it.
Are you still there?
Oh my god. Okay. Well, due to technical difficulties, he cannot hear me, nor can I hear him. Caitlin, can you hear me at all? Is he lagging out for you too? Alright, I'm gonna call him and tell him that.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we could hear you a little bit, but you cut out after the war vet looked around.
Okay, so back to my story. The war vet.
He's lagging out again. Okay.
And everybody's like, oh, but whatever, you know, like, go back to check the pilot, see if, you know, everything's good. Pilot says, plane's still going down, we're gonna have to parachute. So I'll jump out of the plane crashes, you know, smoke and fire and all that stuff everywhere. So they're walking through the smile coffin. They hear a boy crying. So, like, they walk up to him, "Hey, you know, what's going on?" And the little boy says, "Well, my dad was sad because he didn't have a gift to give our family for Christmas, so he prayed to God and said, like, give me like a present to give my family." And a flat screen TV fell out of the sky, landed on him, and killed him. So they all look at the rich guy and they're like, "Okay, well, you can walk with us." So the kid walks with them. And so they're all walking, you know, the pilot, the three guys, the little boy, and they hear a little girl crying. So they're like, walk over and they're like, "Hey, what's going on?" And she goes, "Well, my dad just wanted to be strong enough to defend the family, so he prayed to God that he'd be strong. A set of weights came out of the sky, landed on him, and killed him." So they look over at the bodybuilder and they're like, "Okay, well, little girl, you can walk with us." So now you got the little girl, the little boy, the pilot, and all three of the guys. They're all walking along, and they hear a boy laughing. Well, none of them have had a good day so far, so they're like, "Ha ha ha, what's so funny?" The boy looks over and he says, "Well, see, I bent down to tie my shoe, and I farted, and the building behind me blew up."
Nice.
That's my story.
Well, now, if one person claps, it just sounds like sarcasm. I meant for her to clap too, but, you know, she's just, you know.
Oh shoot,
being
I
that way.
forgot.
So, um, but we're gonna let you know that the whole part about the bomb didn't ever make it into the stream because it glitched out again. So we just heard that the plane was going down and then the walking through, and then that was completely clear. um, but okay, Caitlin, are you there? Caitlin, tell me a story.
That was a great story.
Fantastic. Hmm.
This is a great burrito. I just want to point that out.
Great burrito.
Or or chimichanga or whatever this is. I don't know what you would classify this as. I guess it's potentially a burrito.
What?
You're wrong.
All right then. Well, this was fun for the 6 minutes that it's been going on. Even though one person told a story that was laggy. Um,
Hey, it was a
and the
great
reason
story, okay?
and the reason I was, not telling a story was because I was trying to use the time to think of one. All right, Caitlin. This is the story about how I met your mother. Ba 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 ba. Oh, dude, I love that show so much. Okay. Anyway, what's a good story? I told most of the Norse mythology stories already, and I'm pretty sure I've already recorded it. Story time. Oh shit, clickbait. New thumbnail. New thumbnail. You just hear her just.
Are you still streaming?
I'm still streaming
There.
you.
Are you still streaming?
Yeah, I'm still streaming.
No.
Alright,
I'm here.
so.
Oh, I got another story. I've got another story. So, and this one's a real story, but it was like really morbid. Um, so I have a dark sense of humor, right? And I didn't realize it until my grandma died.
Hey, hey,
So,
hey, Josh.
so
In order for this to work, I have to ask you first, okay?
oh, okay.
Josh, tell me a story.
Okay, Nathaniel. Well, my story goes back about I don't even know how long ago it was. But anyway, so like I said, I have kind of like a morbid sense of humor, and so my grandma dies, and that's kind of when I really found out like how bad of a person I am. So she dies, right? And I wasn't like super close to my grandma, but like out of all my grandparents, she's probably one of the close, like the ones I was closer to. And my whole family is kind of um, not the best influences. Anyway, so like I could say morbid jokes and people would laugh at it, even though it's not necessarily the greatest thing in the world to say, right? So anyway, my grandma dies and we go to like her funeral thing, and so anyway, they have like up on the wall, they have like a little string that's like draped throughout the windows, and it has a bunch of pictures of her and the grandkids and blah blah. Well, like one side of it, like the little tape stuff that was holding up the string, falls off the wall, and half the pictures fall to the ground. And I just paused. Everything gets silent, and I was thinking it, but I didn't realize I said it. But I was like, "Grandma, Grandma, are you there?" And my cousin looked at me with the most like shocked, like face, and it was the most priceless reaction I've ever got for anything I've ever said. But like I said, it was a very morbid sense of humor that I didn't realize I necessarily was that deep into until that moment. So it was great.
All right. So I actually have a story
Wait,
about.
wait. It's not official unless I ask you. Nay, tell me a story.
All right. This one is about the time I realized that I really need a fucking filter. All right.
Whoa, hold up. Your mic cut out. You got a what?
I really need a filter.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Okay, so I was at my job, all right. I work with animals a lot. I work with dogs because I love pets, and
There's bestiality, right?
they're the ones that, yeah, exactly, bestiality. They're the ones that responded to my job application. So I've been working there
The dogs.
for
The dogs
about
are the
two
ones responding.
months. I've been working there for about 2 months, and I was doing my job, just taking care of the pets, moving them from one kennel to another. And while I was doing it, the big boss man manager came up to me and he asked me to bring one of these wiener dogs to the front of the store, so that way he could, give it a health checkup, all that stuff, to make sure that if anything happened to it while it was in our care, then like we would know that it was us that did it. But anyway, they gave it he was gonna give it the full checkup. So I went and grabbed the dog and brought it up to the front. And my boss, the big boss man, decided that he was gonna leave to go help someone else with something. So he said, "Go ahead and give it to my female manager, who, um, who's pretty chill. I'm not gonna lie, she's a pretty cool person. But, so whenever I went over to give the dog to her, she said, 'Oh, I love little wieners.' And me, you already know where this story's going. Me being the absolute 12-year-old that I am, I said, 'Man, you have no idea how many times I've heard that.' And the entire store, I kid you not, even the dogs, the entire store went absolutely dead silent. Okay? Just not a single sound, other than you could kind of hear a little chuckle from one of my male coworkers that was taking out the trash behind us. And that was it. Everything else went completely quiet. It was a complete bomb. Not a single person even gave me a courtesy laugh, alright? So I'm standing there just confused as all shit because I don't know why the fuck I said it. And so I like kind of sit there for a second, and then my female manager, she looks up from the dog and just says, "You can go home now," and walks away. Just, I was fucking done. I didn't go home though, alright? She was just joking. I didn't go home. I finished up my shift, all that, so she didn't actually send me home for it. But holy crap, that was like the most cringeworthy moment of my life. Like, other than maybe one of those times in like junior high whenever I thought like the hot girl was waving at me and I raised my hand and it's actually the girl behind me, That's also happened. But that was probably the single worst experience of my life. Was having that joke bomb in the middle of my workplace. And the most funny thing is, I don't talk at my work. Not a single person really knows anything about me. They just know that I work with them, and that's it. I don't say stuff to people. So, the most quiet person ever says something like that. It's kind of fucking awkward. But anyway, now I have heard 3 stories. One that was fucked up by Mr. Josh. One that was pretty funny, but it cut out from Josh. And I have told my awkward story. So this is the last time I will ask this. Caitlin, tell me a story. Just just give something sad, something awkward, anything, you know? We just need a story. It can even be a dream. It doesn't even have to be a real story. Well, Josh, join in, because this is the final story of the night. Caitlin?
Oh, I had a dream. I had a dream that I shot somebody.
No!
Oh. Oh.
Okay, Josh,
I saw.
tell
I
me
don't
a
really
story.
know. Oh, okay, yeah. So in my dream, somebody was kidnapping my little sister, and they drove down the street. They like put duct tape over her mouth, and then like threw her in their truck. It was like a white, like small white truck, and they drive down the street, and they stopped at the stop sign. Well, like as they were driving down the street, I took off running after them. Not like I had a freaking car there or anything. I just took off running on foot because, you know, I'm smart and I was dreaming. So I run after them, and obviously they are getting way far away from me. Well, they get up to the stop sign from the street, like the end of the street that I used to live at, and I just remember like they didn't move, and so like I run up to them and I get right next to them, and then they look out at me, and I'm like, hey, you kidnapped my sister. And so then they like get her out, they unduct tape her mouth. She wasn't like, her hands and legs weren't tied or anything, so she could have just like got out or like unduct tape her own mouth. But you know, once again, it's a dream, so like she was in a lot of danger even though she wasn't. So anyway, she gets out of the truck, and I just remember like I looked at the guy and he looked at me, and then he pulled out a gun and I shot him. That was it. It was a really weird dream. So
Nifty story.
anyway, that's my dream. I didn't say it was a good one. I just said I had a dream that I shot somebody.
That's fair. That's a very fair point. Okay, Josh, join me for this one. Caitlin, tell me a story.
You tell me a story.
This guy.
I was trying to match his timing.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Caitlin. No, okay. I will say Caitlin, and then we will both say tell me a story, alright? Once you hear me say Caitlin, you start, Josh, alright?
Okay, but just know that like our timing is gonna be completely off based off of what you hear, what I hear, and what.
Yeah, I
you
know.
hear.
I'm gonna wait a second.
Okay.
Okay. Caitlin,
Kaylin,
tell me a story. Perfect timing. There we go. Boom. Alright. For me, it was perfect timing, so it'll be perfect timing on the stream. Anyway, continue.
That's what matters. We suffer for your guys' enjoyment, so you better like and subscribe and follow all of our pages.
And hit that notification bell, even though I don't really know what it does.
Follow
Yes, you
me
tell your
on.
story. Hey, Josh,
Uh,
Josh, we'll do this after. You
oh, okay.
forgot your story? Oh my lord, this is a shitstorm. No, you did not. I'm very interested. That is some voodoo ass shit. Well, I mean, that's a dream for you. All right, so that was whenever you were a child, and you were. I thought you said that was from like your childhood dream. Oh, I have weird dreams because I have anxiety, but yeah. Okay. I was waiting because I thought you were gonna say something or something to end the stream. All right. So this is the time when I'm going to let you guys plug your social media or whatever you want. I have like 6 subscribers, so I don't think it matters anyway. But if anyone does end up watching this video, if I ever become like famous or anything, go ahead and put in your plugs. All right. uh, I del I deleted Instagram. I think I remember your Snapchat plug. I'm not gonna give that out on a YouTube video. Screw that. All right. Um, your
Um,
it's John.
my I'm trying to think. What was the one that was before Facebook? The social media?
MySpace.
MySpace. Yeah, my MySpace is Mr. Awesome Guy 042. So follow me on MySpace. I don't even know how MySpace works. So.
Me neither, brother. Me neither. All right. Well, if anyone does watch this video, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and talk to you guys later.